Awesome. We are live. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Young CMO Socratic Dialogue. We see a lot of great products being built right now, right? But how do we take these products to the market? And again, people don't trust these products unless you have a great brand. Getting that kind of loyalty is very difficult. So how do you nurture these brands? The art of positioning is what we're going to discuss today. And we have some young minds with us who are currently working as, interns in some very exciting product innovation companies. So they're going to walk us through positioning strategies which they have, and hopefully all of us can go back home with a better understanding of brand positioning, right? So on this note, I would request one of the teams to go in with your introduction. So who wishes to go in first?
So yeah, we the team Jackpot will go in first. So hello, good evening, everybody. I'm Shakiba. I'm working as a technical project manager as an intern in the company that is Creative Organics, which is a pharmaceutical company. Thank you.
Thank you, Shakiba. Who wants to go in next?
My name is Aryan. I'm from grade 7. I study in Bombay School.
Hi, my name is Dinesh. And I'm a Deep Thought Fellow, and we have named ourselves as Jack Trout, the father of positioning.
Okay, thank you, Dinesh.
Okay, my name is Chavil, and I am a change maker, and my way of change making is content writing for Vishkar.
Okay, thank you, Chavi.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Artua. I'm also a content writing intern at Deep Thought. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, Artua.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Mohit from Team Apple. I'm currently working with Deep Thought, contributing to the tech team as a full stack developer. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mohit. Who wishes to go in next? All six of you are done, right? So now we'd love to have the jurors go in with your intros. If one of you, Shobit or Arish, wants to go in first.
All right, Arish, if you don't mind. Hi, everyone. My name is Shobit. I'm the founder and CEO of Affinity, where we are aiming to build the most simplified tools for small and medium industries of India. So it's super exciting to be here. And I look forward to everybody's ideas and pitches. Thank you.
Thank you, Shobit. Welcome.
Hey, hi, everyone. I'm Irish. I'm in University Industry 5.0 operating systems in building stage, and we have some delivery robots which are built. So yeah, hi everyone. Glad to meet everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Harish. I'd like the co-mods to go in. Who wants to go in first?
Yeah. Hi, and this is Saurabh. Currently the growth hacker at Deep Thought, and love building teams for other startups and inspiring other people. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Saurabh.
Hello, I'm Tushar, and I'm a product manager at Deep Thought, and I'm working on developing some systems that can help people become behaviorally and intellectually competent. So yeah, glad to be here.
Yeah. Thank you, Tushar. Palash, would you want to go in with your introduction?
Oh, hi. Good evening, everyone. My name is Palash, and currently I'm a part of Industrial Relations Lab. I've been working with Deep Thought for what feels like a lifetime, but I'm really looking forward to see the new faces at SD today.
Thank you, Palash. And I'm Tarun. I'll be your moderator for the day, and hope you guys have a great time listening to all the perspectives. If you don't, you can blame me for that, but I hope you don't do that. So yeah, we'd like to move in with the first pitch for the day. Who wants to go in with your pitch? Is it Jack Trout team or wait? We have a ritual that Aryan has sort of set out for all the Socratic dialogues at Deep Thought. That is, he doesn't let us continue with the dialogue until both the teams explain why they've chosen this name.
The team Apple has not done it, but we have.
Sorry?
The team Apple has not done what we have.
Okay. So team, okay. Dinesh, what he's telling is Dinesh has already told why they chose Team Jack Trout. So Team Apple could do the honors now. Yeah. Anyone from Team Apple? Yeah.
Because Apple is an already established brand, and somehow it clicks with you. Like, okay, if you came up with Maggie and somebody gave Maggie, you would just look at Maggie first. So that's why.
Okay. Thank you, Chavi. So which of the two teams wishes to go in first with your pitch? Is it Team Trout or is it Team Apple?
Okay.
I think we
So,
would like Jack Trout to go first.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Shakiba, please go in with your pitch. Yeah.
yeah, so the example I have taken today here is the example of a pharmaceutical company. The cost for the cost I have the cost to work I have taken here is that is accessible healthcare for all, and the word to own is affordability, and the positioning strategy is value-based pricing and the patient-centering approach. That I would like to explain it. What happens here is that
So it's a pharmaceutical company and you're selling healthcare solution. And your word to own is affordable.
affordability, yeah.
Okay, so you wish to own the word affordable and you wish to be remembered as affordable healthcare solution.
Yeah.
So what are the activities you're going to do to own the word affordable?
Yeah, that is the main cause for this pharmaceutical company is to work towards making the healthcare accessible to all by providing the affordable treatment for the rare disease treatment. This rare disease treatment sounds very expensive, but our company has come up with a very patient-centric approach. That is by before providing the term affordability to the market, we first will communicate with the patient in a very effective and efficient manner. And we'll try to make them understand about all the benefits of this treatment. And we'll also say that our company is in collaboration with some insurers or some other government agencies. That is the reason that is a rare disease treatment, though it is very expensive, but we are providing this treatment in a very affordable and in a very effective manner.
So Shakiba, are you telling me that the only way you will own the word affordable is by telling them that you have these insurance tie-ups and so on, or do you have some other ways to get the customers to associate the word affordable with your brand?
That is, yeah, the other thing is like the quality of the product. That is by putting a high amount of resources in the innovative of the research and development sector, because
I'm not sure if you understood my question. My question is, and open to everybody from Team Jack Trout. How would you get people to associate your brand with the word affordable? What activities will you do so that people associate your brand with the word affordable?
Yeah, I think what we could do is that in our team of researchers and all, we could tell them to kind of set a UX culture that whatever products they are making, they make it to kind of simplistic or too easy to understand by packaging and all, so that people seem that those are.
What would you do so that people remember you as affordable, guys?
We can do those campaigns where we are giving away free checkups.
Okay.
yeah, we can set up a campaign where we can come up with few treatments.
But wait, how is that going to help people remember you as affordable healthcare providers? That I mean, free checkup might draw crowds, but how are you making people associate you with the idea of affordable? What can you do so that people associate your brand with affordable? With the idea of affordable. You want to be remembered as affordable healthcare providers, right? So what activities will you do so that people remember you as affordable healthcare providers?
That is the regular checkups which we give, or the weekly checkups, or the monthly checkups, and we'll collect all the feedbacks.
You're affordable and you're going to give all these services. How are you going to afford it? as a company?
I think by putting a high amount, first the thing is we're putting a high amount of resource in the R&D sector, and we'll be taking a help from the government agencies and some other insurance companies. So that first, in the initial period of time, they may help us, and we're being in that period.
Affordable. If you're affordable, shouldn't you be cutting down on unnecessary things so that you make it affordable? Why do you want to be giving health checkups and so on if you're affordable?
To get a patient-centric approach.
Your product itself seems to be confused. I will not go into your product. Let's not bring up your product. The product seems to be confused here. There's contradiction in your product, right? You're saying you're affordable and then you're bringing all the things. So let's go more into the brand positioning. What activities will you do so that people remember you as the guys who are into, affordable solutions? What kind of brand messaging, what kind of experiential marketing will you guys do so that people remember you as affordable, as an affordable brand?
I think the company can communicate the benefit of its treatment in a way that is focused on the patient, highlighting how the treatment can improve their quality of life and how it is priced in a way that is accessible and affordable.
Going on a tangent, right? The idea is to communicate that you're affordable. So how will you make sure that people remember you as an affordable solution?
So somebody from the team can go if you have the answers for this.
Yeah, I think what we could do is that if whatever packaging, in whatever packaging we sell it to the people, we could kind of like how your Maggies and all, which are cheap in itself. So you kind of give a similar type of packaging which is small and put more emphasis on the price in that rather than the other details.
Sorry, can you go over that?
Yeah, like how Maggie and all does that, we make a small packaging like Parle-G, and then we put more emphasis on the pricing of the product itself rather than the other details.
Okay, so how would you do that in your healthcare case?
Like whatever necessary details are there, they could be wherever they are, but like how you have name, like wherever you have name of the medicine, like right beside it, you can tell what price it's actually of and what are you selling it in.
Okay.
Because it's usually a clear space, like not a lot is usually written there.
Okay. Okay, Team Trout, you have anything else? I mean,
one more idea I got just now. We could also do like how nowadays governments are kind of making these health shops which are mainly told as like the cheap ones. Like they're exclusively making it cheap. So what we could do there is that we could do a partnership and tell them that you sell our products, and then like along with your shop name, also kind of advertise about who is actually supplying it, which is us.
okay, so why are you associating yourself with these, low-cost health centers?
Because like they are already marketed as such that okay, we sell cheap solutions, so like even in TVs, yeah,
Cheap or affordable?
yeah, like I think they market as cheap, but when we are marketing we would just change that cheap to affordable.
Okay. Okay, I believe there's significant number of points brought to the table. Yeah, so over to Team Apple for your questions.
Okay, so like you said that you will be very affordable, but you're not going to put that tag out, right? I'm getting it right?
I think we are going to put it out because we need to differentiate it with those
Yeah.
government stores.
So how exactly, like, okay, you're going to be, how would you campaign this out? Like, okay, like you're offering free medical campaigns to them, right? Yeah. So, like, okay, like sometimes people don't usually trust free campaigns. So how are you going to make them trust you for that?
Wait, was it free or affordable? Again, we're oscillating.
The campaigns are free, but our product is affordable.
Okay.
I think we would, while we are making those free campaigns about like health checkups, we would kind of make it to genuine that we are just checking your health. But like how doctors do is that when they check you, they just give you a prescription which is only kind of specific to the nearest medical store there, because there are usually near clinics. So we'll also tell that you could go to this center specifically if you want to get it at affordable prices. Otherwise, you can buy it elsewhere. But here you will get even more cheaper because this brand had organized this for you.
Okay, over to you to Team Apple for a follow-up question.
So, since medicine, we are making it affordable, how are you making sure that it is like up to its quality? The quality is not being decreased in any way by trying to make it.
I hope our questioning can be focused. We are not here to question the product. We are here to have a discussion on the positioning strategy. So I would appreciate if the questions can be around the positioning strategy. And I'll also appreciate if, there can be a Socratic approach to the questioning rather than, taking 100 random questions. So if there's a follow-up question to Aryan's answer, I would really appreciate that. Anybody from Team Apple who has a follow-up question to Aryan's answer?
Okay. So you said like you would approach certain brands and those brands will be sponsoring you guys. Like they will be giving the medicines out in a cheaper way price, right?
Just to like clarify, like those people are not exactly sponsoring us. Like they are not helping our brand in any way. We'll just make normal deals with them that okay, we like only our brand will supply you the medicines. So like they are not exclusively helping us.
So, yeah, okay. So they are not exclusively sponsoring you guys out. They would be okay. You will be collaborating with them.
If I understood him correctly, what he said is these stores, I mean, or rather these centers offer affordable healthcare to people. So he would like to position his products there. I mean, he would like to offer his product healthcare solutions there, and they could market his healthcare solutions. So it's just them acting as his distributors who are promoting his affordable healthcare solutions, because his target audience and their target audience is the same. He wants to collaborate with them. Yeah.
Well,
You have a follow-up question to his answer.
okay, would it make sense if I ask you how would you approach them?
Like because we are already kind of too much involved in research and all. So okay, I don't know if authority is the right word to use, but like we will get the right to ask them as a research institution as such, because we are mainly approaching government led stores. So like we would have the authority to ask them out that because you want to increase your sales, so you could just use our products rather than others, which are expensive, and then you would have to bear losses.
Yeah, I get you.
Okay, Team Apple, do you have a follow-up question?
No, I don't have any.
Okay, this concludes round one. We request the jurors to move to jury room, and Palash, you may help the jurors in the jury room. You may click on breakout rooms button, and there you'll have the option to choose the breakout room, and you can move to guest room. Palash, you can move back to guest room. I allocate you Shobit just a minute. Just 1 minute. Please don't click now. Please don't click now. Okay, you can click now. Okay. Any reflections you guys have around this round so far? Yeah, Aryan.
Yeah, so what I learned today, like it was more like a trial experiment as such, that usually in the before SDs, what I would used to do is that I would have a specific pitch, and I would kind of choose two approaches. Even I could, like I would first just try to defend it from all sides, that okay, this pitch should not get hurt by the questions. And another thing I do is that just keep changing it randomly, that okay, some person asked this question, so I'll just change this part of it just right now. But kind of now I think uh, I've not permanently found a middle ground, but I kind of somewhat have found not a center ground, I think, if my vocabulary is correct. So where I am vulnerable to questions which are coming, but at the same time, I'm only kind of changing the necessary parts of it, which actually would still keep my main positioning strategy afloat.
Okay. Thank you, Aryan. Oh, Mohit.
Yeah, so what I thought was, when you are positioning your brand, right? So playing around with the affordability, I think when you're positioning a brand with the affordable part of it, I think that's hard. It's hard to position with the affordable word, right? But what I got is, when you're playing with the price, I think somehow, when it comes to affordability in your positioning, it comes down to, associating with the government.
Not necessarily, but you're going but you've got a good point there. You may be associating with governments, you may be associating with NGOs, you may be associating with politicians, you may be associating with people or organizations that can bring you the scale. Because it is affordable, your margins are lower, and when your margins are lower, you're looking for volume. But see, again, that is beyond the scope of today's dialogue to figure out where you're going to get the from. I thought you guys went on a lot of tangents, be it the questioning or be it the answering. I mean, positioning is all about how you bring that focus into making sure your audience can associate with that word. How your audience can associate with that word. You were talking about what R&D you'll do and all of that. I'm not interested in that. That's your product. I'm more interested in how you will nurture this brand, how you will occupy this position. Now that was not brought across initially. I mean, until Aryan came in and came up with some really interesting ideas of how you'll occupy the word affordable, right? You could have spoke of getting some public personalities who are going to come and talk about, why this is, I mean, for example, polio is affordable or polio is free. Amitabh Bachchan comes and talks about polio. So maybe that's an idea. Or you talk about in your ads, what is the clothing or what kind of people appear in your ad. Would you want a person who's a lower middle class or a weaker economic section person visible in all your ads, so that that and show them with a smile in all your ads, so that when you show how these kind of people are using your products and you show them happy, you're showing that your product is not very expensive. And your packaging again is a great that was a great point by Aryan. What kind of material you use for packaging, that also conveys the fact that it is affordable. So you could think of a lot of ideas through which you make people see that it is affordable, right? And I think it was a great idea by Aryan by saying all those people are already in the affordable space. You start associating with them. That's a great way for you to make people understand that you're the most affordable solution right now. So you could have thought of a lot of ideas of how you make it affordable. Rather, see, I think the problem is you guys were thinking of how to defend the product rather than figuring out how you'll occupy the position. So that is a horrible tangent which I think people went into. You're talking of how you'll defend your product, which I'm guessing you won't be able to because you're not really working on this product. It's an intellectual discussion where you're trying to discuss how for a certain product, how you lay a positioning strategy. So let's focus on that. How you guys can lay that positioning strategy. What are the interesting associations you can do so that you're affordable? Yeah, Aryan, please go ahead.
I had a follow-up question to the kind of popular person one, that if let's say Amitabh Bachchan or because we're starting, so some popular celebrity or person comes, so if we introduce those people to them, so wouldn't they not be that much coming here for the product itself, but more to just see that celebrity?
But my idea was how those celebrities can talk about the affordability of your product or can celebrate the affordability of your product, because when your product is affordable, a lot of people will want to vouch for it because they want the goodwill of promoting something which is useful to people. So that was my idea. Anyways, so now we have the second round where we'll be taking in questions from the jury and the audience. So in case Shobit or Arish have questions for Team Trout, we'd love to take them.
All right. Probably just one fundamental question that I have right now is, who are you being affordable for? The more important question over here is, when you're saying affordable in itself, you can be affordable to a range of people. So right now, my question to you, Team Trout, would be, Jack Trout, would be, who are you aiming to be affordable for?
I think we are kind of aiming to be affordable for the kind of people who, so the people who don't necessarily live in villages, but who might also live in cities, but they are not in a good economic stability right now. And also, just as an example, if they're living in a slum, so they might occur those rare diseases or viruses. So those kind of people who want.
We'll keep it short. So in the spirit, we'll keep it short. Back to you, Shobit, for your follow-up question.
All right. So now, when you're talking about such category or segment of people at this point of time, there are multiple government level initiatives that are currently there. It can be under the BPL in itself, you have multiple initiatives. So how are you planning to tackle that? Like when you said that you're partnering with government, do you think, how are you going to differentiate yourself from telling that you know what, I'm going to do a better job?
I'm not sure if my other team members agree with it, but I think that because we are just more focused on that research and development and researching, so we would just stick with just partnering with them rather than trying to be better with them, and more trying to be the lead supplier of them rather than just one other person helping.
All right. Okay. Okay. Just one. If I have the time for one more question.
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
All right. Okay. Now, when you're kind of telling that you're more focused towards research and development per se. One again primary question will be, if you're having a lot of R&D going on, how will you still be afford your operations?
Probably a little beyond the scope of
Beyond the scope of, yeah, got it.
focusing only on the positioning bit.
Got it. Okay. So in such cases, when you're saying that your primary scope of work is going to be R&D in itself, how are you, when you're talking about that economic segment which you mentioned, how are you going? Do you think that marketing it in a way where we are good at R&D is going to be an important pointer or a selling point for them?
Kind of thing that we would keep kind of two selling points, like 2 pointers. One is like when we are directly talking to like not just shops, but like you have those regulators and all. So like we are presenting them, then we would show ourselves as R&D focused, and also we could just brag out like we are with the government. So, but otherwise, we would be just telling about affordability to the other people, like the local people there, that we are more affordable.
All right, good. I have no other questions here.
Yeah, thank you, Shobit. Yeah, Harish, please go ahead.
Hey, hi. So, I have mainly one question. So, when your customer hears your name, what is the image they have to get in the mind? So, when you're positioning your brand, like we know that when we hear Colgate, we think about toothpaste. When we hear about Samsung or Nokia, we think mostly about mobile phone. So, what exactly you want to position your brand into? What should the customers get an image in their mind when they hear your brand name?
I think yes, you would want to associate with affordable, yes.
Now, what
And
image comes in their mind is this question.
Healthcare.
Image.
Healthcare, as in like, yeah, I can simplify that question a little bit more. So, like your product will be having a roadmap, right? So in healthcare, we have hospitals, we have medical device manufacturing, we have medicine manufacturing, we have different things. So what exactly is the services that a company provide? Based on that, the brand needs to be positioned, right? So how should the customer identify yourself?
I think what they could identify as is like whenever they think about us, they could just think about a lot of sachets of medicine lying around. Like, okay, I don't think lying around is correct, but they're buying a lot of medicine at once itself, or they're being helped really easily.
Okay.
Okay, so that means your brand needs to be perceived more as a e-commerce portal where people can subscribe for medicines.
No, I mean, I think he has a more traditional positioning, right? As he said, he wants them to see a lot of medicines at once. It's like this is a place where they'll buy a lot of medicines. I mean, you can think of him as like a Parle G of medicines, right? Like you can afford a lot of those biscuits, not too expensive.
Okay, yeah.
That was he said, I'll see a lot of medicines at once. I don't have to buy them in installments. I'll buy all of them at once.
Okay.
That was his argument.
So yeah, like one more question to add on top of it. So to get this image into the mind of the customers, what will be the marketing strategy that you will be taking?
Yeah, it's a nice question. Team Proud, do you want to take that?
I think it might not be in other general stores, but like whenever I go to my nearest store, medical store, there's a lot of huge packet of lollipops get at one place. So what we do is that uh, we would kind of keep all our different types of medicines in one box kind of thing at their place.
So yeah, that actually gives them during the campaign, but all your different platforms, like we have digital media, we can put flyers, we can put posters, we can put videos. So all these things should be directed towards your vision, right? To convey this kind of an image whenever the customer hears about this thing.
I'm not sure if we would go to those kind of platforms mainly. We might just communicate with the main brands who actually set up.
No, I mean, if you all you use those platforms, how would you use them so that this imagery is created in their mind is Arish's question. Or how do you think you could use those platforms to create this imagery? Anyone from Team Proud? Okay, we'll conclude this round here in the interest of time.
Yeah.
I thought you could just show a picture of that. Whatever imagery you're saying, you could just start with that.
Yeah. So yeah, in the videos which you make, you can actually, your video should be recorded in such an environment, ads should be happening in such a place, posters should have such images. That could work out, I guess.
Yeah. Thank you, Arish and Shobit for the wonderful round of questioning. We request you to move to the guest room so Palash and Saurabh could help you with the scoring.
Okay.
Yeah. Shobit, please don't click and you can click now. Yeah, reflections from this round. Yeah, Aryan.
Yeah, I think not. I can't kind of think of any insights as such, but it was like yet another round of trial and error. That the first stage I cleared about end of having that center ground. Like another stage I cleared is that like whenever we are in those dialogues, we mostly try to be creative, but like I think you had also said in one discussion also that creative also involves not mixing or combining two different ideas. So I think that was the approach. I think that kind of worked for me today of combining the ideas which are already existing.
Interesting. Thank you, Aryan. Yeah, Dinesh.
Like the image thing was something that was new to me. Like I did not imagine that a brand can also be positioned with an image. Right?
No, showing images is one way of, again, communication, right? All of it, again, about owning that one concept or one word. I thought there was more focus coming in this round because you sort of seem to consolidate your opinion of how you will position. Yeah, Chavi, please go ahead.
Yeah, when I think when Aryan said that, like like that lollipop example that he gave, it made total sense to me. If you work on your packaging, And if you keep it in the center of the shop, it will generally attract people, like the packaging attracts. So yeah, it made total sense to me. And this was something that I learned new. Yeah, like that's how I get attracted to the things that are kept in the center.
He is piggybacking on something which already has a meaning in people's mind. So that bottle is associated with something which is not so expensive. So he's trying to, have that imagery so people associate with affordable faster. He's trying to piggyback on things which already have that meaning with them. Okay. So now we'll have an accelerated process in the interest of time. So Team Apple, would you want to go in with your pitch?
Sure. Firstly, good evening, everyone. So our brand is a brand of home cooked meals for young students who are living outside their homes, just as I am. So our word to own is home cooked. We are trying to form a network of local people who are very interested in cooking, but are not outsourcing that interest in any way. We are trying to contact them and we're networking them with different students in different areas so they can get access to local food and have their homely experience outside of home.
We get your business.
I'm sorry.
We get your business model. What is your positioning strategy? Yeah.
Our positioning strategy is mainly through social media marketing. So we are trying to bring in some of the social media bloggers, food bloggers.
Not your communication strategy.
Yeah,
strategy. Okay, what is a word you're trying to own? Home, right?
home cooked, yes.
How would you own that word home cooked is the question.
Okay, we would try to own that word home cooked by giving home cooked meals and by positioning our brand with these local people who are there and by contacting with students who are living outside of their homes. By forming this network, we would try to own the word home cooked.
If you contact students who are there, how are they associating you to be home cooked? How will you make people associate you to be home cooked? What are the activities you do so that people associate your food to be home cooked?
The first thing that we want to do is we want to organize a food mela where we invite these local owners and we invite the students that you can come and try and see if this makes sense to you. We do it in
point taken next.
We do these small campaigns everywhere in every locality and we invite several students. Yeah, Mohit.
Yeah, Mohit.
Yeah, so we can also start with the online campaigns, right? So through that we can collaborate with different food bloggers who try to teach recipes online, right? So we can try to collaborate with them, right? Because they represent, because see, when the students look for something to cook online, right, they try to look up to the bloggers who teach them how to cook, right, in their own rooms or something, right? So when they try to look up, if we collaborate with them, right, it will make more sense to students, right? Ki if this person who is teaching me how to cook meals at home, if we are collaborate with them, they will have a more clear idea about the brand.
No, I mean, that would probably get you awareness, but how will you get that association with the word home cooked?
Okay. So what we are trying to connect nearby people, right, who are willing to offer meals to the students, right? So now what we are trying to differentiate ourselves with the other related apps that are connected to the food industry, right? There are many apps, right? But they are somehow profit oriented because the backing of it is somewhere connected to the hotels or the messes, right? They're profit oriented, right? But if someone is there who is just doing it on the side, right? So it's not profit oriented, but they are cooking meals anyway at home, right? For their families or stuff, right? So some part of them they will offer to the students. So as they are already cooking for families, it will be home cooked, and it will, yeah.
Explain me your business model.
Okay.
To know what is your positioning strategy. How, I mean, I understand this food mela is an interesting way to cook. What are the other activities you might do so people associate your food to be home cooked? What are the activities you would do?
Okay, Shavi, you can go. Meanwhile, I will think.
Yeah, I think logo designing would be great way to position ourselves, because like we can have a like mama sending dabba to school, like it associates with home as well as cook.
Okay, so mela idea taken, logo idea taken. Next.
So whenever someone associates themselves with us, we would send them sample foods from whoever they want to order from. We would send them sample foods to make them understand that it is home cooked, or if it is to their taste. If it's not, we would connect them with someone else.
How would I understand that it's home cooked?
The taste is the differentiator, right? We could taste if something is fast food or something is home cooked.
Okay.
So we would connect them with someone, send in a sample food that's completely free. We would send that in. If they like it, then we would connect that with that person, and they would have a monthly plan. And if they don't, they would go ahead with someone else.
So sampling is one way. You're saying your taste itself speaks. Anything else? You're saying your taste speaks, your logo speaks, you have food melas, any other ways so that the word home cooked is how people remember you? I mean, would it be okay if people remember you as tasty food?
No, I mean, fast foods are also tasty.
Would it be okay if they remember you as healthy food?
Not necessarily. We couldn't get healthy food anywhere on any fast food chain. There are some that.
So then how do you know that they remember you as home cooked food? Yeah.
See, the problem with healthy food is because healthy food,
Let's not go into a debate on healthy food.
Yeah.
You agree that the position you want to take is home cooked food.
Yeah.
What activities will you do so that the mental association is of home cooked? Otherwise, the mental association could be anything. Your mela is a good idea. Your logo is a good idea. Your taste speaks for yourself. Taken. What else?
Okay, so every time we send in food, we would have someone who sends in food. Let's say that is a motherly figure to us, or to someone, the student that sent. So the one thing that we relate to home cooked is mom. So we would have them write a personalized note for them, wishing them all the best or something. Every day if they order that, they get one personalized note.
Not taken, personalized, not taken. Next. Anything on the packaging front?
Yes, we can have packaging such as, have you seen the dabbas of tiffin that we carry to school? We would have that.
Okay, I think there's enough on the platter now. Or to Team Trout for your question. Yeah, Aryan, please go ahead.
Yeah, so you kind of mentioned that like you would have samples, or you'd connect those students to people nearby who cook for them. So let's say you have gone to USA and you want Indian kind of food. So wouldn't it be hard for any person to kind of give that same kind of food again and again? So wouldn't they lose trust on?
Are we deviating? The topic is positioning, right? You're talking of viability on operations. Can we focus questions on positioning, please? Yeah, Dinesh.
Yeah. So you want it to be positioned as home cooked food and not probably healthy food, right? But what if it gets mispositioned as healthy food? How would you reposition it?
Which is why we have some other fronts, such as I said, the dabba, the personalized note. it's not just the food that reminds us of home cooked. It's also the associations. When we say home cooked, it reminds us of our mother's food.
What if, despite you doing all of this, what if it's perceived in some other way as health? Let's say, what if it's perceived as healthy food? How would you bring back that association to home cooked? If people remember you as healthy food, how would you, reposition yourself so that they remember you as home cooked food?
So, like here, can we have that awareness part, right? So we are also awareing people, right, on how collaborating with different people, right, who are associated with home cooked meals. We can have that awareness, right, through them, that this food is actually home cooked.
Okay, point taken. Back to you, Dinesh.
Yeah, but like, what if I am a person who thinks that home cooked food is healthy?
Yeah, home cooked food can be healthy, right? But we are not positioning it as a healthy food. So,
Why?
Yeah.
Why not?
Because we don't want to position ourselves with healthy food, because with health, calling ourselves as healthy food comes with the assumptions that it may be costly.
Okay. Back to you, Dinesh.
I think.
Team Trout questions. Okay.
So my question is like, by doing all this follow-up and by maintaining all these things, how can you withstand the trust and loyalty of your company?
Okay. Trust and loyalty.
Loyalty of your product or of your brand.
Again, I think beyond the scope, the focus is on positioning. The focus is on how you will occupy that position of home cooked, right? The focus of today's dialogue. What you're talking of is
Yeah, but how can we withstand that brand positioning with respect to the trust and loyalty?
No, I mean, that's a different question of how they'll get loyalty. So today's discussion is about how they'll occupy that position of home cooked. That's a marketing question. Trust and loyalty is still a marketing question, but I believe it's beyond the scope of today's discussion, which is about how will you form that mental association of home cooked. Today, we are having a very focused question for discussion.
I have another question. So like if
In the interest of time, I'll have to cut this around here. So
just
you can still ask, but I think I'll request the jurors to move to guest room. Yeah, you can go ahead and ask.
yeah,
Can
yeah. So if it is at the end of the day related with healthy or so, and you even kind of tried to bring that back with those personalized notes and all, so if you yourself think that you have brought that back, how will you actually verify that it has been reset to what you actually wanted it as home cooked?
Verifying. So as a brand, I want to verify that, okay, we want the image to be home cooked, and it is actually perceived as home cooked. That's you are asking, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so like remember like when Maggie was brought down because of some problems that it was made out of maida, which was harmful for the body, right? But people still liked Maggie because it was a brand that time. Now, if we bring, but when Maggie was brought back on in the market, people love. People are still eating it, right? People are like, it's on a boom right now. So we can collaborate with YouTubers and vloggers to to bring out that thing that we are making home cooked food, and that would be like in a way it would ensure that it's a home cooked food by mothers, and like vloggers can just collaborate with us for that.
Uh,
But how will you verify that? That's the question. It is done by your side. He's asking how will you verify the image you are portraying is actually being taken as home cooked.
so as I already said,
So
we
we
already
can sorry yeah, I was saying we can have a feedback portals, right? As every platform, we can also have a feedback portals from both the sides that are cooks and that are students, right? From getting that feedback second, I think we can process that information.
Yeah, but if they are on a website which is flooded by these quotations that okay, this is home cooked and home cooked, so at that moment, wouldn't they feel like just to satisfy a good answer, I would put it as home cooked, that okay, I feel that it's home cooked because in the last 2 seconds I've been surrounded by that word in the website, so wouldn't that affect?
No, Aryan, but what if you let them filter through different feedbacks and see, like how Amazon does, right? What if you let them transparently see different ones? But again, adding on to Mohit's question, I think an important question is to occupy that word home cooked. What if people start off with home cooked ways of, I mean, when you talk of home cooked versus normal food, it's in the style of preparation, right? Because the same people who are cooking at home could still cook like how a restaurant cooks. Because these restaurant ways of preparation, they add certain chemicals just to get that. It may not be healthy and so on, right? So what if people start preparing in that way? Once they start seeing demand, what if people start producing in ways in which restaurants use? How do I trust you?
So what we can have is from the feedbacks that we get from the students, we can have a proper rating system that will tell us how.
Is that foolproof? I mean, how would I as a student know if it's home cooked or not?
Okay, so for that we can have different campaigns about the awareness of how the
But again,
home, yeah.
I'm your audience member. Why should I trust you that your food is home cooked? What are you doing so that I trust you that it is home cooked? So, and how do you communicate that to me? I mean, what you do is a different thing, but how do you communicate to me so that I trust you that you're home cooked? Because that is going to be key to you occupying that position of home cooked.
Okay, so as an idea, it will go to little bit on the platform, like because the idea is simply connecting the people nearby, because only
Okay.
the people, yeah.
That's an interesting answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shobit and Arish will be happy to take your questions.
I will go first. Okay.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Okay. So one of my question is like right now your brand needs to be perceived by both your customers, because your platform will be having two set of people. One is the people who cook food and the one is the people who consume food. So how you will be managing both people with, are you planning to go with a single strategy to keep both the people engaged, or how are you going to manage it?
I hope again it's related to positioning. So would you position, would your ways to capture this perception be same among students and the people who are going to offer food on your platform, or would the messaging be different? Messaging and the activities?
The activities will be more or same, but the pitch will be different for both the users, right? So for the students, the messages you will get home cooked food, but for the cooks, the message can be you are helping the students nearby, or you are getting a chance to show your cooking skills.
Okay. So one more question I have. So the second question is, like right now, when you are sourcing food from the localities, you won't be getting a very big menu like what you get in Swiggy or other platforms. So what is going to be your marketing strategy, or how the brand is going to be positioned so that the expectation is mapped to this small list?
Yeah, so as we are saying, like in the word home cooked, right? So that's why we selected that word, because when it is home cooked, even when you're at home, right, you are not getting whole choices of menu, right? Whatever mother cooks, you will have to eat. So that was the idea.
Okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you have other options if you want other options. You have hotels, right? But the idea is home cooked.
Okay. So just one more question in
Yeah.
this perspective. So when you are placing this brand, what is that attractive factor by which people should be retained, basically the customers? For people who cook food, they get a chance to earn some extra money, so they will be definitely interested.
Again,
So
Arish, I guess that goes a little beyond the scope of this dialogue.
all right.
To restrict ourselves only to the positioning bit,
Mhm.
the positioning strategy bit. Yeah.
All right, so then I think I am done with the questions. I think we can move on to Taru.
Yeah. Thank you, Arish.
Yeah.
Love to take your questions. Yeah.
All right. I just have one question. This is something that was a major concern for me as well. Primarily when I kind of go somewhere else. Now, when you're talking about home cooked food in itself, if it also depends on geography. For example, the rajma chawal that is there in North India can be different what is there in South India at this point of time, right? So how would you want to get that personalization factor into it, telling that, how are you going to get that trust, telling that it will probably be there's still your motherly touch over there, irrespective of the location that you're currently in? How are you going to market that?
Okay, so like the answer for this will go a little bit onto the platform, because when you are searching for the cook, right, so you will get to see little bit more information about the cook, like what is the cuisine that they are more, what is the cuisine that happens at their home, right? Because they will not do much effort in creating food the way you like it, because it's not a hotel, right? It's their home, and they're whatever they're cooking at home, you will get that, right? So it's on your choice. You will get that filter, you get the choices, you choose the food that may be more close to your uh, taste palette or something. Yeah.
But don't you think with that do or die positioning kind of a thing, you're going to lose more users over there? So when you're saying that, tere ko yahi khana hai, so don't you think that when you're marketing it that way, you'll have some issues in retention at that point of time? And how are you going to kind of prevent that is what I'm asking.
So,
yeah.
okay, like geographically, yeah, right. But what if there are some North Indian cooks in South India? Like already there are people staying there and they can just, make food for the South Indian people, North Indian food for South Indian. So they're already established. They know what they are cooking for. So does it make sense?
All right. Yeah, that does make sense. Got it. Yeah. I think that pretty much wraps up my questions. Yeah. Also, just one suggestion I would give. I think in the previous round, we were talking about you don't want to be marketing as a healthy based, you don't want that positioning to come into picture. Just one suggestion over there would be, when you're at home and you're having home cooked food, it's perceived in a way that's like a cure for everything that you have, right? Like ranging from fever or anything of that sort, home cooked food is the perfect solution there. So which means that when you're talking about healthy, it's not about just the nutrient content that is there. You should also be looking at how you can get a healthy plus warmth kind of a nature when you're trying to market something like that. So I would say healthy would be something that you should be looking out for, personally, in my opinion. So yeah, that probably closes my thoughts.
Thank you, Shobit. Thank you, Harish. We request you to quickly complete the scoring. Saurav, you could just move to guest room to help.
Yeah.
And after this, we'll be having the jury remarks once the scoring is done. Yeah, reflections while the jury is back. Oh, one minute. Arish, please don't click now. Please don't click now. You can click now. Yeah. Yeah, Aryan, please go ahead.
Yeah, so one kind of thing I learned while in positioning is that like if you're trying to position yourself while like the user is on that platform or on the product, so what you could do is that you could give that kind of experience, like not exactly, but you would give the major moments of those experience while in the app, like you could just tell that okay, I'm okay with eating anything today, and then yeah, you could try to replicate those experiences even online, because then it could also kind of save your brand in a way that if it's not just dependent on the person's likes. Even now the brand mascot, which is the mother, has some opinion over what you choose, so it could also save your brand's customers, because you have the power to trim down the expectations of the customers.
Okay, that was an interesting observation, Aryan. Who wants to go in next?
Okay, I have a question. Like you asked, like we were discussing when the jury came in before. You asked like how, like again, or like about home cooked, right? So would like adding a little sticker on the tiffin that this is home cooked, would that make a difference?
Yeah, it could also be a tagline like, say, Amul is the doodh of India. So maybe we can just put it like that. We are the home cooked food of India, maybe something like that.
Okay, so the jury is back. So Shobit and Harish would love to hear your remarks over the program and your suggestions which you have for all the young participants here.
Harish, you can take the stage.
Hey, hi. So it was nice listening to the ideas. So the brand positioning and more than the brand positioning, like I really loved the learning curve what you guys have displayed. So based on the discussion as it progressed, there was a very huge learning curve, and that was actually being displayed. Like we got improvement in answers and improvement in questions. So yeah, like your brains are really good. So and then the next thing is like one thing that we need to take into consideration in brand positioning is like uh, there are multiple parties involved in the platform, right? So there are consumers also and there are partners also. So the brand identity should give a proper clarity to all the people. It shouldn't be making a confusion. So when the brand positioning is done, they should be able to visualize, okay, this is what this platform is. So it is okay for us to associate with them. So the brand positioning should be done in such a way that that confusion is clarified and the roadmap of the business is kept. And the first team anyway were a bit more concerned about the research and development. So that continuous research and development in the like what all are the uh, new medicines which comes into and the like things which happen, that is very much needed. So more than the medical research, the opportunities and the knowledge research is very much needed. So irrespective of the cost, that is a part of the everyday operation. So that's a very good attempt from uh, Team Trout, right? Jack Trout. And for Apple team, I think we have a good opportunity. Like this is one suggestion I have is like we have like when somebody is cooking at home, they put a lot of love into that because it's cooked for the family and their children. So the moms cook with love. So that sharing platform, the advertisement and things can go like, okay, one of the friend of a mother's son is being the customer. So once we have something like that, that will clarify a lot of questions. So the brand positioning strategy should make sure that, okay, moms are interested to share food with the friend of his son, and people in like people in the school or colleges, they are interested to give an additional learning opportunity to their friends, and that increases the friendship and those kind of core values. So as a brand, rather than the business perspectives, we should try to encourage more of stories and love and those kind of factors. Yeah, that's all from my side. Anyway, good job, guys.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for the very comprehensive feedback, Arish. Yeah. Over to you, Shobit.
All right. Thanks. So first things first, kudos to the team of Deep Thought, for putting such, probably this is the first time I'm coming into Socratic Dialogue, and, I've been a huge fan of Socrates as well. And the way the session was kind of streamlined, the way, you kind of get them, you put them into a situation where you're supposed to think, where you're supposed to question everything that you're supposed to be doing, and things like that. So first of all, congratulations to you guys. Now when it comes to marketing and positioning as well, it's probably one thing that people don't understand. It's a very, it's a very deep rooted thing that most startups fail to understand. Like, we are also trying to figure out. For us, there was nobody that was there when we kind of started out. For us, we thought that, making pitch decks is the end of marketing and positioning. We tell them that this is my marketing strategy and we're pretty much done. But now when we kind of dive into it, we are like, oh, okay, this is not how easy it is at this point of time. How easy as it, it's written in the books. So as per the teams, you did a fantastic job, I would say, both the teams. But couple of suggestions that I could give you. One thing is, of course, when coming to the team Jack Trout, this is where the comparison comes into picture, because you're dealing with, the pharma sector. And in the other case, the team Apple were dealing with home cooked food. Home cooked food is something that everybody connects with. Somewhere I felt the gap in the Jack Trout team was the teammates were not able to connect to the entire topic. Because you probably don't have enough, work or understanding of the entire sector. And that's why probably when the questions were kind of twisted and you were like, oh, okay, maybe I don't connect here, so I didn't get what you're trying to say in the first place. But on the other hand, Team Apple, because it's something that is very common to us, everybody connected over there. And, the answers kind of came as if you were the user in itself. One thing that both teams could work on is, of course, when you're trying to deal with marketing and positioning, one major suggestion would be for both teams is get a good understanding of what you're trying to sell. Like, for example, when the questions came, you probably pivoted your entire answer, or you pivoted your entire marketing and positioning into a different direction, right? So you should be very clear. You should have those 3 strong points, or 2 or 3 strong points. Okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And any question comes, I will make sure I will stick to it, whatever, the question or how hard it might be as well. And on the other hand, when you're talking about pivoting, it's okay to say, I don't know, or we haven't figured it out yet. That's what Socrates said, right? So in that sense, it's okay to be not being able to figure out, but the inputs that kind of come into picture, that kind of gets you into the segment of deep thought, and gets you going while trying to answer better questions. So that would be my suggestion. But thanks for having me. It was great talking to you guys and listening to your ideas.
Yeah. Thank you, Arish, and thank you, Shobit, for the wonderful suggestions. And I'm sure this will take all of us a long way in terms of using the Socratic approach to discover ideas like brand positioning. And thank you to all the audience who've joined us live on YouTube. So do stay connected with us, because next Saturday we're having the Young CXO dialogue, which will be streaming live. And yeah, thank you, everyone. This brings us to a conclusion to this program.
Thanks, everybody. See you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Shobit. Thank you.